Hello everyone! I'm back with part 4 of the Hashihime playthrough series. I know I said there wasn't going to be that much of a wait between part 3 and part 4, but my favorite character finally got an event and a gacha game I play, so I had to drop everything in tier, you know? I'm really sorry about the wait, but I got a good placement in the end, so I regret nothing. Anyways, let's jump right in. Load. I think I'm going to read a few messages back beforehand, because I kind of forgot some stuff. I was heading to the Oizumi residence where Madam lived to ask her to let me into Minakami's room, but even a stranger like Professor could see through to my weakness. I probably wouldn't have the strength to ask Madam for anything in my current state. In that case, there was always Kawasei's pull. I jumped off the streetcar and headed towards Aikida Manor where Kawasei lived. It was the home of a nobleman, so of course it was a grand Western-style residence. The neighbor's house was about as far as the distance between two streetcar stops. Just walking there was a lot of work. I tried shaking the iron gate first before ringing the doorbell. It seemed like I wouldn't be able to get in, so I rang the doorbell more than it was necessary. What is his problem? If I lived there, I just would not answer the door. Screw Tamamori. When I did, sure enough, Kawasei came out with an ogre-ish look on his face. Dude, that's how he always looks. Nothing new there. Yeah, be quiet, dude. Dude! How late is it? Just waking him up by ringing the doorbell. What is his problem? It's not worse than hitting the roof with the broom handle. That was kind of real of Kawasei, I'm not gonna lie. Sigh. So you had to go to Kawasei's house to tell him that? Why? What was the point? Ha, you don't get to do it now. I'm sure that lovely lady would not do such a thing. You think too low of her. Get behind me, women. I will protect you. Yeah, she would not do something like that. I know her better than you, Tamamori. You're the cold one. Busy doing what? Pouring coffee on waitresses' heads. He was annoyed about something. You woke him up in the middle of the night. I would be annoyed too. He was annoyed about something. No duh. When I scrambled over the iron gate and landed on his side. You landed on his side? He froze and his jaw dropped. He then turned his back to me and quickly headed back into the mansion. I immediately raced forward and somehow managed to catch up to him. Just go home, bro. You do not need to be doing all this. Oh, his face! Get out, please. I do not want to see this guy any longer. I swept up the droplets from my umbrella and flung them at Kawasei. Was that even necessary? Oh wow, such a lovely furnished house. Kawasei really outdid himself with the interior design. This is stunning. The walls are so full of life and there's so much furniture. I don't know how they can even walk through the hallway. He instantly backed away from me until he was against the wall. What? Gross! Yeah, that is gross. Is Kawasei homophobic? You can relax because you don't know what kind of person that old hag is. Jeez. Yeah, you should be grateful. Most people just throw you out in the street with no remorse. At least she gave you food. Jeez. Exactly. Kawasei spitting facts. You're awfully adamant about her throwing out all of Minakami's stuff. That sound, though. Nah. So true. This is like annoying versus annoying competition. Unreasonably stubborn, Kawasei was becoming more and more angry. No, duh! I thought his increasingly bad mood was due to rain. No, it's because you woke him up by ringing the doorbell like 20 times. Are you that stupid? But I suddenly noticed the dirty floor. A man's large footprints were plastered on its surface, and they weren't Kawase's.
誰か人を招いているな。
Ooh, he invited someone
だから君
over.
は帰れって言ってるんだよ。
What?
窮地の私と客人どちらを優先するのだ。
は？客人に決まってるでしょ。
True. No one cares about Tamamori. And all I had to do was make the guests leave. What? Dude, he just barged into his house to make some stranger leave. Dude, if I was the guest, I would just punch Tamamori in the face, not gonna lie. Kawase was a germaphobe, so he wouldn't be able to touch me. Good. No one wants to touch your raggedy clothes. As long as I flicked water at him, he wouldn't come after me. What are they, in elementary school? I proceeded to do so, putting some distance between us and showing myself to the parlor. With Kawase blocking my way, I had no trouble figuring out where it was. Oh, that's CGI. That's CG, though. He does not want him to see the guest. Oh my god. What is he hiding? Once his back was completely against the doors, though, he glared at me as he trembled all over. What is he hiding? Oh no, he'll get really mad. Oh no.
下宿先に行くと一言言えば
Gonna
いい
get
のだ。
really super mad, guys. Tamamori, watch out.
言ってるでしょ。
明日の朝で
He
は
thought
遅い。
school was for one day only. He mad.
君ってやつ。
Oh my god, what if the guest is Minakami's dead body? I should not be laughing at that, but he has no reason to be so defensive if it wasn't Minakami. Kawase would probably give in if we kept repeating this exchange over and over again, or so I thought, but neither his eyes nor his mouth relaxed. Just drop it, dude. Go to his house in the morning. Suicide
そ
note.
うではない。私が探したいのは
You want to look for the letter confessing Minakami's love for you. I know it. I said before shutting my mouth. Perhaps realizing my true motives, the usual sneer came to Kawase's face.
俺を頼らないでくれる。
Yeah, you just want him to confess his love to you.
自分のことは自分で。川瀬。
Who the heck is that? A deep, admonishing voice boomed from behind Kawase. I didn't recognize it, but whoever it was sounded awfully friendly with Kawase. I tilted my head confused. Sounds awfully friendly by just one sentence? How can you determine that? He hated. Oh god, that voice crack was abhorrent. How do you? Terrible. Whatever. He hated anyone casually calling him Kawase. Most importantly, his current last name was Akita, so the person had to be an old friend from before him. Ooh, is it that old friend they were talking about? Since Kawase didn't have any other friends I knew about, and it couldn't possibly be him. ...
川瀬。黙ってて。川瀬。俺の相手よりも。
Who the heck is that?
俺も水上の死に。
Who does this guy think he is? Just saying Kawase's name so casually.
お前
Suddenly, the door shook. Kawase desperately and stubbornly secured them with his hands behind his back. Dude, why are you so... Why do you not want this strange guest to be seen, my Tamamori?
何にもない。何にもいないから。
Dude, we heard him loud and clear.
俺でいないはないだろ。
There obviously is someone there. Kawase finally turned his body around and pushed against the doors.
玉森君。
Kawase is acting like a 10-year-old, I swear. Guess I had no choice. I pulled out my umbrella again, turned it towards Kawase, and flapped it open and closed. Dude, it's literally the battle of the 10-year-olds. Taking a hit from the spray, Kawase let out a low groan and moved away from the doors. You give up that easily? That's honestly pathetic. Kawase is the most pathetic character of all. When I put my hands on the doors in his place, he looked away with a face that seemed to say he didn't care anymore. How could he not care after he was so defensive over not letting Tamamori in? Oh crap, I didn't read that. Before I opened it myself, I knocked on the parlor door politely. His guest no longer seemed to be by the door, so I put my hand back on it. What the heck? Who is that? I bet he's gonna have the same exact face as every other character. Same hair color, same eye color, same facial features. The soldier fell heavily into a chair. In his right hand was a pipe. On the table was a military-issue sword. He's gonna kill Kawase! Let's go! Who the heck is that? He looks kinda different from the other guys, but still, same hair color and everything. I definitely recognize that stern face.
花沢
OMG, it's
久しぶり
him.
だな玉森
They immediately knew each other. Wow. Neither his eyes nor his brows moved an inch. Only his mouth moved to speak. His voice had changed, but it was unmistakably Hanazawa.
久しぶりって何年音信不通だと思ってるんだ
Stop smoking inside the house, you idiot.
5年になるか
8年だよバカ
Wow, this idiot can't even keep track of time
バカっ
properly.
て君ね
Yeah, Kawase's right. Kawase still looked immensely ticked. He watched me walk around Hanazawa with like I was a fly.
さあ
Swat him,
早
please.
く帰ってよ
Swat him. Get a fly swatter up in here.
ちょっと待て川瀬これは一体どういうこと
Yeah,
だ
what is going on? I set my hand on Hanazawa's shoulder. As a man. What? As a man, I couldn't help but admire his well-built physique, which was apparent even through his uniform. Oh, this guy's gay.
川瀬から何も聞いていなかったか
ん
Told about what? They're dating or something? I bet they're dating.
はあ3ヶ月前から川瀬に会っ
I
て
bet they went
た
on a date in that cafe. I bet you. I bet like
聞
$10
いてないぞ
million.
むしろ花沢はどうしてるのかって話していたところだ
Kawase is like a chronic
なんだ
liar.
お前
Actually, all of these characters are liars, except for my wonderful wife, Professor. Professor can do nothing wrong. If he turns out to be like a psycho murderer, I will quit this game, I swear. Please do not make Professor a villain, please. Kawase made eye contact with Hanazawa.
黙るなよ
Say something, I'm giving up
これだから
on
嫌
you.
なんだ
What? What he didn't want. And this was all Kawase's idea. To hide his friend that he hasn't seen from 8 years from him? Dude, what is Kawase's problem? Kawase had told me he'd seen Hanazawa. He wouldn't have seen me get so angry. Even more of a drift was forming between Kawase and I. But with a cough, Hanazawa built a bridge between
と
us.
もかく
Build bridges,
お前ら
not
のことは
walls.
川瀬からよく聞いている
Wow, Kawase's
私は
gossiping
川
about
瀬から
them.
何も聞いていないがな
聞かれ
We
なかっ
should kill Kawase for that. What do you mean he never asked? How many times had Hanazawa been brought up in conversation over the past 3 months? Probably like more than 3. Saying he didn't tell me because I hadn't asked, that made me want to rewind time and point out that was a shameless
花
lie.
沢の前だと猫かぶりよって
逆に考えられ
I
ない
hate his stupid smirk. I say this like in every video, but still, he's so ugly. That makes you the only monster here. Kawase's the ogre,
お
so
前ら本当に仲がいいな
are you serious?
それはありえない
They're just a couple of besties. I couldn't help but be embarrassed by this cliche exchange. Kawase must have felt the same. He crossed his legs with a short click of his tongue. He was a truly bitter man.
そんなことより
All of these
花沢は
guys are
今まで
bitter,
どうしてたんだよ
except for Professor, obviously. A somewhat surprised look came to Kawase's face, and he looked at Hanazawa. I cannot talk today either. I'm so sorry. Had he really thought I wasn't going to ask? Hanazawa, on the other hand, opened his mouth without hesitation.
合図を出てから俺は東京の陸軍
Wow,
用
I
年
never
学
would
校
have
に
guessed,
3年間
given
身
your
を置いている
military uniform and your sword and everything.
花沢が15歳で私たちが12歳か
He enrolled in the military academy when he was 12?
幼年学校っ
Jesus.
て厳しいんだろ
厳しいと思ったことはないなただ柔道剣道
I'd be
毎
so
日
sick
同
of
じことの
that.
繰り返しだった
Then it was harsh, but Hanazawa didn't seem to have found it difficult at all. His face, as he thought back on it, didn't look the least bit glum. Just thinking about the day I took the Imperial University's entrance exam would make my face explode with emotion, so he was clearly much more disciplined than I was. That isn't a surprise. Lots of people are more disciplined than you,
幼
goldfish
年
killer.
学校の卒業後は第16師団野砲
I
兵
missed the
第22 連
goldfish.
隊
Come
での
back.
手続き勤務を経て
Come back,
陸軍
please.
士官学校に
Save
入
us
校
from
した
this madness. Well, I served in the 16th Division Field Artillery Troops 22nd Regiment. Okay, who cares?
第16師団野砲
Why do you have to repeat that?
君本当に分かってる
You really understood all that. It's so true, Kawase. I didn't understand it at all. I was sure a 16th Division existed in every country, but since it was Hanazawa, it had a way of leaving an impression. I was thinking that when suddenly Hanazawa pulled a silver pocket watch from his breast pocket.
なん
His
だこれ
breast? Whoa.
花沢は首席で卒業したんだそれは恩師の銀
Wow.
時計だよ
I wish I got a honorary silver pocket
Yaro.
watch from my school. You giving it to him? Seriously?
は何言ってるんだよ花沢
Yeah, you're giving it to a goldfish killer? He must have been off his rocker.
こんなやつとは失礼な。で
Yeah, it sure
でも
is important to him. Why is he just
大事なものには
giving it to
違い
someone he
ないだろ
hasn't seen in 8 years? Or unless there's like another meaning behind it. Maybe there's a note inside it saying like, call me later, cutie, winking emoji. Hanazawa shut his mouth, so I also accepted it without a word.
じゃあ今は
True
そう
sign of friendship. Received Hanazawa's pocket watch. They haven't seen each other in 8 years. How is that a true sign of friendship? Well, I mean, I guess I get it, but still. You would have thought there was more like of a wall between them since it's been that long since they've talked to each other. I'm surprised he didn't give it to Kawase since he's the one that's been in touch with him recently.
いやその後俺は歩兵少尉として野砲
Oh my
兵
god,
第
stop
一連
talking
隊
about
好きに
this
ついていた
military stuff. I understand none of it.
今は訳あって浅草の方に下宿
Wow,
してい
this
る
is so interesting, Hanazawa. I am totally understanding every word you're saying right now.
浅草なんでまた
家賃が安いからだってさ
The rent is cheap. Kawase said it indifferently.
陸軍幼年学校だって無理に入れてもらったんだ
Pretty lucky. Maybe I
給
should
料
enroll
全
in
額
the
仕送り
military
す
if
るのは
I'm
当
given
然だ
free shelter and food.
母と7人の姉を楽させるため
7
に
older sisters? Jesus. It's like the Loud House all over again.
さらに切り詰め
Do
た
you
いな
think the
ら
Loud
ここ
House
で暮
was
らせばい
inspired
い
by
の
Hashihime?
この池田邸は元家族の家だいくらでも部屋はある
俺もそう言ったんだけどね
Wow, Kose really wants this guy to live with him. Wait, no. Live with me, Nakami. Whatever.
私に貸してくれなかったかな
Oh, wait, no. Live with Kawase, yeah. I mistook the last names. Because you're Tamamori! I would not let you stay in my house either. Ha. Kawase said in annoyance as he lit a cigarette. Stop smoking in your house!
インクはこぼすわ
It's
抜
just
け毛は
free
拾わ
reign
な
for
い
these
わ
people? I will
何
never
を知るかと
understand
思えば
smokers, honestly.
空想小説の執筆だ
You'd spill ink and never pick up the hair you shed. What is he, a cat?
何が悪いお前こそ地球を汚さない生き方をしているとは思えない
It's not that hard, actually. Just clean up after yourself for once. Tamamori's room was full of like crumbled papers and all that crap. Crap, not crack. He blew cigarette smoke at me. Wow, rude.
バッハ貴様
いいざまだよ
Serves you right.
楽しそうで何よりだてっきり落ち込んでいるかと思ったが
Yeah, they should be depressed after Minakami just died without any explanation. Okay, now they're depressed. Thanks for mentioning it, Hanazawa. You ruined the moment. Way to freaking go. Way to go, Hanazawa. I was suddenly dragged back to reality.
村上
Finally.
のことを川瀬から聞いたか
I'm surprised if you wouldn't tell him about that. Weren't they friends too?
あ
Okay, now they're
残
depressed.
念だったな
That's all you have to say. That's all they have to say. Are you
こうし
serious?
て集まれた
About
のは
losing a dear friend
み
that
なかみが
Tamamori
呼
was
び水に
definitely
なって
gay
くれたの
about.
かもしれない
This is so corny. I'm sorry.
花沢も
He brought
あ
us
いつが
here
自殺だと
together,
思ってるの
even though
か
Kawase was just holding his back against the door, like adamant, trying not to let Tamamori in. This is all Minakami's work. God bless America, Japan. Do you also think? Wow, you can't just ask that. Even Kawase
自
agrees
殺
with
だ
me.
ろ。聞く限りではな。
As far as I've heard. What did you hear? I felt silent at his somewhat forceful remark. Hanazawa had this indescribable power of persuasion since way back. Even Kawase glanced at me to see how I would react. Even though I felt like arguing with him, I didn't want to butt heads with Hanazawa. You're stronger than me because I would just be punching all of these guys. I don't care. It's not like I was accepting it. That's why I couldn't feel such deep regret or pray for him so easily. But I hated being looked at with such cold eyes. Jeez.
コーヒーでも入
It's
れてく
kind
る
of
よ。
homoerotic of him. TBH. TBH. I would say cough. It seemed on purpose and left the room. Maybe he coughed because he's a dirty smoker? And that wasn't on purpose? Now that I was left alone with Hanazawa, an unusually awkward mood filled the room because you haven't seen each other in 8 years. Duh! When my eyes met his, I managed to give him a tired smile.
花沢、結構変わったな。
Well, you think?
そうか。
うん。旅順要塞の視線を超えてきたかのよう
What? Who says that? Dude, even he did not like it.
にゃ
I love his laugh. It's like the only positive trait Tamamori has. His laugh. I wouldn't have been able to agree if someone had asked me if I were acting like myself either. Even his confirmation was, well, as expected.
なあ、花沢、この時計やっぱりいらん。それも田舎に送ってやれば。
Yeah, why did you just give him a watch out of the blue? I'm betting it has something in it, like a hint that leads towards Minakumi's death. Like how the goldfish was a hint too. You wanted one?
え
Eh?
子供の頃、俺の時計を見て言っただろ。
He still remembers that? Are you serious? Oh god, not another story. Give me it. No way, it's my dad's. Give me it.
あの頃のお前は他人のものを
Wow,
欲しがって
he
ばか
really
りだ
is
っ
a
たな。
greedy beast. He should repent for his sins, TBH. I need to stop saying TBH, but it's so fun.
今は変わった
Are
の
you
だ。
sure that you've changed?
だから俺も変わった。
I
やり
tried.
たいからやる。
Yeah,
黙って
shut
押し
up and
付けられ
take
て
it.
ありがとう。
It was like he had become more stern, but also softer. I put away the silver pocket watch, adding a little weight to my pocket.
結局、今はどうしてるんだ
What do you think he's doing? He's just chilling here, smoking it up. With Kawase, obviously.
研究所航行学校とか陸軍大学には進まな
Wow,
かったの
way
か
to stereotype him like that. Not cool, Kawase. I'm finally Tamamori. I mean, Tamamori. But that does seem like something Kawase would do. In that stupid voice of his, oh, you're not going to a firearm engineering school or military university? So lame. You're about as lame as Tamamori.
ああ、知人に誘われて陸軍科学研究所の第三課地学
Not
的事項研
enough.
究室にいる。
Not more of this institution talk.
陸軍科学
Very
研究所
institution
第三
laboratory
課地
where
学的事項
science
研究
matters to division. Who? Stop repeating it. Good lord.
よく覚えたな。
Can we get to like the killing part of the story already? Part 3 was so good, and then that was just boring slog. Like such a slog to get through.
まるで私が書く空想小説のような舞台名だな
Are you serious?
俺もそう思う。
Oh wow, he thought so. He thought of
ま
him.
あ私もいつか見学しては
Wow, that's not.
Darling.
Okay. Where did he come from? Oh crap, I didn't mean to do that. Kawase quickly returned. Annoyed, he placed the coffee on the table, crossed his feet, and shook them relentlessly. He shook his feet? Shook what?
Hanazama ni
Relentlessly.
haji o
Shook what? Don't embarrass him.
失礼な私だって礼服くらい店主に借りればだなってあれ
Get your own coffee, you lazy bum.
わかんないかな。長居して欲しくないんだよ。
So he wants Hanazawa to stay with him for the whole night? Wow. I see how it is, Kawase.
むむ
Do you think he's getting it down romantic style with Hanazawa or not? Like and subscribe if you agree. Hit that
そう邪険にす
notification
るな
bell if you think so too. I love it when YouTubers say it, like, be sure to like and subscribe. Like, thank you for all of my 7 subscribers for watching this. I never thought I'd make it this far. That's right, stop making it so obvious that you don't want me here. You're gonna be doing stuff later if you know what I mean, so you better get out. Not even Hanazawa can comfort me anymore, so I quickly said, wow, you want another man to comfort you? That's kind of...
もういい。帰っ
Finally!
てやろう。
Go home to where Professor is waiting. A cup to his mouth, Kawase grinned. Finally, surprisingly, when I rushed out of the room, he came to escort me to the front door. He would never do that.
お構いできな
Kawase
く
is
て
being
ね
mischaracterized right here. He apologized? That is not the Kawase I know and hate. That is not him. He got replaced by his evil twin, Kawaso. Hello, Kawaso.
最低
You're
な。
a terrible person. Well, he apologized, so
人聞き悪いな
wow. Kawase is he's just a comically evil person. Like, I hate him, but he's also, like, a really good character, I can't lie. I keep thinking about him. When he opened the door, I was greeted by the wind and rain. The twisted lightning was bright, like a smile. Wow, like the smile Kawase has when he's shooing you out of the
く
house.
れぐれも風には気をつけて
Wow.
楽しそうだな。
I want
So
Tamamori to get a
yeah,
cold, too.
じゃあまた明日
Get a cold,
Sweet
Tamamori.
little
Get a
bastard.
cold.
私はいかん。
I trudged through the garden, looking back at Kawase only once. Only once? I'm surprised he didn't look back a dozen of times to see his wonderful, beautiful face, his pretty long eyelashes. He put a hand to his sneering mouth.
おいカオセ。やらずの雨って知ってるか。
I'm not sure anyone knows what that means.
なんだって
こう強い雨が降るときは友人を
Are you
返すもので
serious,
はない
dude?
と
Just
いうこと
leave
だ。
already. Get a hint.
じゃあその友人ってのは俺にとっての花沢かな
He really does not want him there.
おやすみ玉森くん
Not the little swirl line thing. I forgot what it's called. Ah, the evil shadow people. Oh god, what if the Phantom is on this train right now? Conspiracy theory! Honestly, it wasn't as though I couldn't understand why Kawase would keep reuniting with Hanazawa as secret. I couldn't agree with it at all, but when it came down to it, I could understand why and accept it. You would seriously accept it? Kawase's story. Oh god, this is gonna be bad. That guy had worshipped Hanazawa since way back. Kawase worshipping someone? That is not Kawase. That's Kawaso. That is Kawaso, confirmed. He definitely has an evil twin brother. I know it. Well, technically, it would be like a pure good twin brother that's way too good for this world. For instance, one time we had only one pastry in the house. We wondered if we should split it into 4 pieces or just not have any. But Kawase had taken over and presented it to Hanazawa. Wow, so none of the other guys get it. None of the other guys get any pieces. Kawase really is greedy. All of these guys are greedy. At times like this, it goes to Hanazawa, he said, as if it were a matter of fact. Hanazawa ended us. Hashihime feels good. Hanazawa just kill everyone. Hanazawa ended up showing us how to divide it evenly. Nerd. But Minakami and I were just dumbfounded. Minakami dumbfounded? He would never do that. I thought Minakami was the smart one out of this. What's a trio of 4 called? I'll look it up after I finish the video. In short, I guess Kawase was a childish kind of guy who liked to suck up to— What? What? Don't word it like that, dude! Anyway, Kawase seemed to be pretty familiar with what Hanazawa had been up to. No doubt he's been seeing him secretly for the past 3 months. He definitely didn't come over just to chat, if you know what I mean. If Kawase was denying that the old friend Minakemi had gone to see was Hanazawa, then just who was it? Or was someone lying? Like, all of these people are just such chronic liars that I don't know who to believe. Said Professor, he would never lie to me. Save me, Professor, save me! Oh crap, we aren't going back to the bookstore. I ended up going to the Oizumi residence alone. Thanks to yelling back and forth with Kawase, I felt like I was back to my older self. Seriously? Even without his help, I could probably persuade a madam or two. ... I pressed the doorbell and madam quickly appeared.
みなかみがお世話になりま
That's
し
the
た。
first thing you have to say?
彼は本当に素直で優しい青年で
See?
した
Why would she throw out his
あ
stuff?
なたも気を落とさないでちょうだいね
She sat over his death too, like a responsible guardian would be.
はい。それでみなかみの手荷物を
If she already threw it down the river, I would just laugh.
手荷物の整理は明
His friend?
日ご
He
友
has
人の方に
other
お願いしている
Oh, she
の
might
だ
be
から
talking
ご
about
遠慮してお
Kawase.
くわ
ちょっと待ってください。私はその
Wow, this guy's a liar.
自分の代わりに荷物整理してくれと。
Do you think he's gonna like go to his room, just take one of his old shirts and just smell it longingly? What is this? A Wattpad fanfiction? How suspicious.
え
Yeah, that is kind of suspicious. Just a random guy showing up in the middle of the rain like, oh, the friend asked me to come clean out his stuff today. Pack up his belongings today. Dude, I would be wary of this guy too. Madam narrowed her eyes. Her tongue seemed to writhe like a snake's.
こんな夜分に
Yeah, it's just a
荷物の
bother.
整理もありますか
本当にごめんなさい。ただ
Your
私
own
の気持ちの整理
feelings?
も今ついたところでして
What did he mean by that? What did he mean by that?
いいえ今のあなたは
Yeah,
冷
this
静
guy
じゃ
is
ないわ
not calm. He's pretty delirious, if I say so myself. I shouldn't be
後の
talking.
こ
I
と
wasn't
は他の
insane for
方
that
に
whole
任せ
tearing
てあ
event
りますか
too.
ら
That scream though. She slammed the door shut. I immediately jumped at it and desperately beat against it. Dude!
お願いします。
What is with this guy and trying to barge his way into people's houses?
荷物に一切手はつけませんから、あげてくれるだけでいいんです。
Wow, this guy is desperate.
なおさら怪しいわ
Yeah. Suddenly, the lights shut off. I held back the urge to fall to my knees and smack my head against the door. Jeez, this guy is so childish. Kawase was right. Now, I'd never be able to get in. Good. You can't just go breaking and entering. Oh god, is he gonna go breaking through that window? I sighed and started to stagger my way home. Nice shoes. Why is the CG just his shoes? Like, no one wants to see those. My black leather... Those are not black! Those are clearly brown. Is this guy colorblind? Is he stupid? My brown leather shoes continued to shine indifferently as I walked with my head lowered. Minakemi had given me these leather shoes when we came to Capital. Oh, he given you a present? They were expensive ones from Ginza. Oh, he gave you an expensive present? Those two definitely had something going on. That's why he was so desperate to look at his belongings. I felt like as long as these shoes shined, I could never abandon my pride. Ooh, your pride? Be who you are. I'm not. Right. Wanting to go into Minakami's room had nothing to do with packing up his stuff. I knew it! I freaking knew it! What I wanted to was search for my pride and self-respect. No, you wanted to search for a love letter. That's what you wanted to do. I suddenly heard someone calling my name. When I turned around to see where and who it was coming from, Naoshi-kun was there. Who? Oh, the little kid that's staying at the house, the Oizumi residence. He was wearing some school uniforms cap over his face, and for some reason he was smiling. For some reason? Jeez, do you just hate the unbridled joy that kids have? Are you just a fun hater? I smiled back at him, but nothing came out except another tired sigh.
こんばんは、直し君。ひどい雨だね。
皆さん、死んじゃったんだってね。
Wow, way to ruin the subject. Why is he just smiling while saying it? Did he just have like burning hatred against him? Did he like steal all of his food at the dinner table? He's like, heck yeah, I get to eat more.
残念だね。
Wow!
一人ぼっちになった
Even Naoshi-kun knows what they are. He's gonna be alone for the rest of his life like a loser. Dude, like a little kid calling you out, I would be so embarrassed. He was kind of creepy. But you're the creepy one, just barging over to his place of residence and like demanding to pack up his stuff in the dead of night. You have lots of friends. You have like 3, dude. That little kid is
じゃあ
not your
寂し
friend.
くないね。
寂しくないというわけじゃない。
Not like I'm not lonely. Ha, I
そ
knew
れ
it.
じゃあおやすみなさい。
Wow, he's tired of talking to him already. I would be too.
ところで直し君、一つ頼みたいことがあるんだ。
You need a favor from a little kid? Are you serious?
何？
みなかみの部屋に行ってとあるものを探
A
してほ
certain
しいん
something.
だ。
Ooh, he's wants him to look for a love letter confessing his love to
と
Tamamori.
あるもの？別にいいけど。探して
Certain
きた
something. How does he know what he means by that? Or is he gonna like tell him off screen like that's what happens in all of the cliche stories?
オムレツライスをおごろう。
Ooh, omelet rice. That sounds good. Ugh, if it's that stupid cafe that he always visits with Kaosai, I'm just gonna kill
カレス
someone.
ピもつけて
I'm gonna
くれ
start biting people. Throw in a calpsy.
ああ、もちろん。安い安い。
Huh? Had Naoshi-kun always been this talkative?
原稿を探してきてほしいのだ。私
A
が、
manuscript.
ああ、いや、とある有名作家が書いた
I
原
bet
稿
the
で
manuscript is actually a love
私の
letter.
宝
I'm
物
calling it now. I'm betting $10 on this.
ふーん。わかった。明日の朝も来るんでしょ？その時渡すね。
I'm not gonna lie, that Naoshi-kun guy is kind of suspicious. Like, he's covering up one eye. What if his other eye is like an evil red eye that immediately kills anyone who looks at it? I bet that's how Minakami died. And then Naoshi-kun dragged him out into the river or wherever he died. Conspiracy theory?
ああ、渡さなくてもいい。ただ、その原稿がどこ
Probably
にあっ
under his
たか
pillow
教
and
え
he
てほ
just
しいんだ。
smells it every night and sighs longing. I need to stop with these Wattpad fanfic theories.
とも
But
か
it's
く
so
だ。
funny.
押
Just
し入
do
れの
it.
中にあったら探すの大変だな。
How many drawers does that guy have?
そんなはずはない。あいつが自宅で読むときは、机以外で読まんのだ。
ふーん。
Unless he hated it so much he just stashed it away in a random drawer. That would be funny. Dang, he's getting suspicious.
でも読んでなかったら
Yeah.
だから、そんなはずはない。
Had Minakami actually read my manuscript? Wow, he said it was from a famous writer. Bro's really gassing himself up major time. The answer would be clear if I could find out where it was. That was all I wanted to know.
変な人。
Yeah, tell him. Tell him.
He?
He's the biggest weirdo. Naoshi-kun giggled. He twirled his umbrella and skipped over into the Oizumi residence. In this one conversation alone, we probably talked more than we ever had before. It must have been proof Naoshi-kun had opened his heart. He just called you a weirdo. How's that opening his heart up to you? Is this guy stupid? I ask this like every 10 minutes, but is he stupid? No. This goes hard, not gonna lie. It's just no. His eyes looked as if he found a new toy. And he's like 10 years old. Stop making weird assumptions about him. When the streetcar stopped at Sweeto Bridge, my ride home was immediately swarmed by salarymen. Not the salarymen. The windows were clouded, obscuring the landscape around Sweeto Bridge. Minakami must have constantly felt this heat whenever he came to Jimbocho. I blinked, and suddenly there were no other passengers. Wow, they're all part of his mind. What is going on? What is this music? I bet they're all planning like a surprise attack on him. They're all hiding like under the chairs and just gonna jump him when he tries to leave. When I looked around in confusion, the conductor was also gone. Oh god, the train's gonna crash! The strangest of all, the scenery outside had changed. Exclamation point. When I turned back to the interior of the streetcar, Haruhiko-san and the Frogman. Frogman! Let's go! He's back! I noticeably felt his lack of presence in part 3. So, I'm so glad he's back now! Haruhiko-san and the Frogman were calmly sitting there for some reason. You're
ちょ、何
delusional
勝手に
again.
現れてるんですか。
原稿を読んだ
I
か
forgot
読ん
how
でない
ugly
か
that guy
そ
is.
んなに重要
But at
か
least he
ね
has a different face from everyone else. That's all I have to say. It
だから
depends
勝
on
手に
whether he...
話を進めないでく
I
だ
don't
さ
know
い。
where I was going with that, but like... Depends on if he treasured it or not. Like... You know? You guys get what I'm trying to say. Please don't just continue the conversation. Wow, you made him angry. Look at what you've done, Tamamori. He stared back at me. Being watched by someone like him was stifling, so I ended up turning away. He's
私に
your
とって重要なんです。
hallucination. Just... It's important
オ
to
ラ
me.
にはさっぱりわか
More
らん
like
が
he's important to you, dude.
僕にもさっぱりわかりません。
So true, Frogman.
あの原稿に何か特別な意味合いでもあるのかね
No, it's just like the thought of him reading it that counts, I bet. Annoyed, I smacked my knees. What is this guy doing? Is he performing like an elaborate dance in the middle of this packed train car? Or more like empty train car, but it would be funny if the other passengers could just see him talking to his hallucination. They'd be like, what is this guy on? Please let me out of this hallucination right now. Or else I'm gonna get mad. Really mad. I'll release you at once.
あの物語は
He's acting like he has Tamamori trapped in a cage. Ugh, not that story. Because I'm the Phantom.
未完とは
Unfinished meant that there was still more left. Mina came me reading my manuscript and then dying. And him dying without having read it had totally different implications. What are you talking about, dude?
どうするんですか？だって水上さんは殺されたんでしょ？
Yes, he was killed. People die when they are
水上
killed.
君の
Did
死
you know
は
that,
自
Frogman?
殺ではないと君は言っていたはずだ
どちらにしろ結末を知らずに死んだ
Oh,
なん
that
て
is
か
sad.
わいそうだな。
It probably would just been a stupid, like, Phantom just killing everyone story. I glared at the Frogman. How dare you? Stop being mean to Frogman! Every time Tamamori is mean to the Frogman, an angel loses its wings. He let out a yelp before he and Haruhiko-san disappeared. The next time I blinked, I was standing between filthy salaryman again. What do you have against salarymen? It's not like you're any better. You work for a bookstore. Jimbo Cho, the conductor announced lazily. Moving only my eyes, I looked around, searching for anything out of the ordinary. You mean like Haruhiko-san and the Frogman? My hallucination seemed to have disappeared. I swallowed and let out a sigh of relief. When I got back to Umbechido, the lights were on, even though it was way past closing. Professor! Is he still there? Please, 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 please. Yes, yes, yes. He's still there. Yes! Yes, the best character is still here. Save me, Professor. Save me. Save me from this never-ending nightmare of Kawase screen time. Professor was sitting politely behind the register. Yay! I missed him so bad. Like, while I was tearing in the event, all I could think about was Professor's smiling face in that one CG. I had never sat up that straight, even on my first day of work, and soon enough, as soon as the Professor stood up, he fell back down. Oh no! No, help him up, please!
ごめんなさい。あ、
Oh
足を
no!
つっちゃった
His
みたい
poor
で
legs.
3時間正座してた
He
んで
did
す
that for 3 hours? Wow, he really is dedicated. You should give him a job here. He'd love it, I bet.
え
Well, he's probably like
え、いつお客さんが来る
a
かもわからないの
doctor,
で。
teacher, or something, so... Oh,
すみ
he's
ません
so sweet.
気を使わせて
Oh
しまっ
my
て
god.
いいんですよ。それに
Oh my
ここに君
god.
が座っていたかと思うと
What on earth did he
ド
mean
キ
by
ドキし
that?
て。
He's so sick of him. Wow.
ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい。気持ち悪くてごめんな
No,
さい。
he's not creepy. He really was creepy. You're the creepy one. Don't play with me, Tamamori. I will kill you. Perhaps noticing my unamused expression, he began to gather his things. He looked like he would cry any moment. No! Tamamori, how could you be so mean to him? He was just trying his best. Everyone is so mean in this world. We should have more kindness and compassion. Especially Kawase. Oh yeah, he's fake. How could anyone be mean to him? He's so cute. No, don't go home. Please stay. Stay, please. I miss you, Professor. Please stay.
待ってください。
Yes, he gets to stay. Oh god, I sound like a gremlin. The goblin, whatever. What did he call Kawase? An ogre. Yeah, I sound like an ogre. Without thinking, I grabbed his sleeve as he was leaving. Ooh. The awkward silence. Oh my god. What the heck was I doing? But since I had already grabbed his hand, I couldn't show him any more weakness. What did he mean by that? Oh, things are getting saucy up in
付き合っ
here?
てくれませんか
Ooh, he wants Professor so bad.
Eh?
Oh my god.
私のプライドを守る
What? To defend your gay pride? What is this guy waffling about? What the heck is that?
そりゃあもう君は素晴らしい大作家様です
What?
そうですか
What is this? What is going
物
on?
語を見ているとまるで夢を見ているような影を追っているような心
Facing
地がするの
shadows
で
like
す
those people on the train.
そうですかそうですか
Dude, stop gassing him up. He is not that good of a writer. As Professor knelt, I sat down. Knelt? Dude! Professor, you do not need to worship this mediocre white guy. Well, he's not technically white, but still, he's pale as a ghost. I sat down on my chair with a thud and inhaled his thoughts on my manuscripts. Jeez, dude. Whenever Professor sighed with a ah, I could hear admiration times 100. When he sighed with an ah, I could hear 200 times more applause. Dude, this is so corny. I want to start biting this guy. This was no longer Umachido. It was a room in a grand palace, like Kawase's house. And of course, I was wearing a splendid crown on my head. Boy, if you don't get that off.
最初の出会いは忘れもしません
Oh my
だって
god.
店内に入ったら店員さんが床に突っ伏して原稿を書き
I
殴って
love
いるん
you,
ですから
Professor, but you need to stop worshiping this guy, please. You can do so many better things with your time, like picking up trash in your local park,
言葉遊
giving
びを
back to the
得意とし
community, donating
目
to
と
the food
心を
bank.
楽しませる夏季校舎
Wow, he entertained your heart. That's kind of
そういうあなたは未合者だ
bro. Get this guy shut up.
恐れ多い恐れ多いです玉森くんそれに見てくださ
Well,
い
he could see that? Oh my god, his face! Professor stood up and twirled. It's a good day whenever Professor gets a CG. He looks so cute, oh my god! He spread his arms out wide and went outside to the palace garden. The palace garden? What is this?
暁の透き通った青い光うつらうつら瞬く星ここは白髪小僧の蘭岩国の宮殿でしょう
From the white-haired boy. That would never happen in Hashihime. Every character has to have black hair. Or else.
え
Now that he mentioned it, it may have been similar. The flower garden, the fountain, the sky full of stars, even in the morning. I slowly took off my crown. Dude, enough with the king. Enough with the king illusion stuff. I could not think of the word for it. Like, king metaphor. No, that is not the right word, but still. Carefully placed it on my lap.
僕は昔から類行や旧作のファンなのです
As you
旧作
should be.
って夢の旧作はい1915年に彗星のごとく現れた奇才作家夢の旧作のことです
Who appeared like a comet. Wow, Professor has such a way with words. He should be the writer instead of Tamamori. For just a moment, I remember Minakami's profile as he read Dogra Magra.
やはり僕の目に狂いはなかった
I thought he said you're a beast. I was like, what? Professor would never say that.
言葉にしなくともわかりますああ美しいな
Did he just moan on me? Okay, no. Get out of here.
ここが白髪小僧の
Stop this illusion right now. The professor I know would never do that.
私がランガン王ということですか。
You are not the king of anything. Go to bed. It's past your bedtime.
でしたら私は赤オウムとなりましょう。
Oh my god, he's a parrot? What the fluff is
私を
that?
うつけでのんきでだんまりのランガン王と見
Yeah.
ていたのですか。
Yeah, you do. You totally do.
いえいえ、と
Oh
んでも
my
ありません。
god.
あなたは赤オウムなどよりキリン科の
Why are you calling him an
青目
old
ジーがふさわしい。
philosopher? You're the one with blue eyes here. You
君
should
が
be
そう
him
望むのな
instead.
ら青目ジーでも構いません。でも嬉しい。
Oh,
君
he's
がそこまで旧
happy.
作を読み込
Oh.
んでいるとは。だからでしょうか。君の書く物語はどこかその旧作に似ているというか。
勘違いするな。
What did he mean by that? Oh, the illusion is gone. I briskly walked towards him and snatched my manuscripts out of his hands. Why would you do that? The illusion faded at the same time, and our minds returned to Umbachido. Oh, so they're like imagining stuff at the same time. That's kind of freaky. Before my anger, Professor was frozen in shock. Then he smiled wryly at his hands as they held on to nothing.
えっと。
Oh no! Tamamori got the
旧作
wrong
に似ていると言
idea.
った
Oh
のは
no!
産地のつもりだったんですが。
Bless your heart, Professor.
独
Bless
創性を
you.
求める作家に対し別の作
Like
家
the
に似てい
Bots and
る
Rose
なん
song
て
that
ど
came out
うい
this
う
year.
要件ですか。
Bless you. Dude, if someone told me my writing was like similar to a famous author, I would be so honored. Like my stories being worthy of that as another timeless author. I would just be over the moon.
二番煎じとでも言いたいのですか。
No, he is not saying that. Professor, get behind me. I will protect you.
違います。僕はただ
You're
そ
making
の
him sad. How dare you, Tamamori? You are an awful man and a goldfish killer as well.
一番煎じの茶がうまいと思うなら帰ってく
Stop
ださい。
being mean to him. Actually, I take back what I said about Frogman. Every time Tamamori is mean to Professor, an angel loses its wings. I was going to turn around and slam the door, but I could easily proficient. What the heck was I even trying to say? But I could I cannot do this. Oh my god. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. Okay. But I could easily picture Professor's frantic trembling. How pathetic. You're pathetic! Dude, what is getting into me? I'm just so protective of this guy I barely know. I felt terrible. I was throwing a temper tantrum. Yeah, no wonder you're like 10 years old.
帰ってください。
Don't,
今日の私は
don't
機
send
嫌
him
が悪い。
home, please. He just got here.
じゃあ褒めてくれって言ったのは誰でもいいからご機嫌を取ってほしかっただけです。
Wow. Professor is madly in love with you, and this is how you
誰でもい
respond.
い。
Don't say that! As I repeated that, I laid down. Even Professor would get offended and leave if I fell asleep.
玉森くん、少しだけ
Yes,
僕の
yes,
身の上
please,
話を
please,
聞いてくれま
please.
せんか。
I need to hear Professor lore. Please. After countless tidbits of Kawase lore, I just need this. I need to hear his life story.
僕は浅草のとある酒造の息子なんです。人よりち
Oh
ょ
wow,
っ
he's
と裕
rich.
福で。
He's
お
loaded
金だけ
even.
はいつも持って
Professor,
い
can
ま
I
した。
please borrow $10? He kept on talking anyway. I lifted myself up as I cursed him in my mind. Rude. It wasn't like I was responding to the word money or anything. You're better than me because I would totally respond to that. I would beg him to give me
い
like
つも通り
a
吾妻橋
morsel
から
of a
隅田川
coin.
を眺めていたら
Professor story, heck yeah! A vagrant. What is that? A vagrant came up to me. What happened to your eye? It popped down into the river. What? Is that why you're searching in the water?
ちょっと待ってください。
Yeah, what kind of story is that? What is Professor waffling
僕が
about?
本を読むようになった
What?
お話です。
Look, what? Okay, we're back to the story.
That's dangerous, young man.
Still, I have to look for it.
You won't find it. See, look, your eye is right here.
The vagrant showed me his clenched fist. I came down from the railing and went to open his hand, but there was nothing in it. Wow, so the old man just lied. This is why you can't trust old people. Just sit on a throne of lies. The man smiled and grasped my hand as we crossed the Azuma Bridge together. Professor, no, you're too naive! Oji-san, Oji-san, why aren't you so dirty? Who says that?
Oh, that's just how I am. I haven't bathed in a while.
I'll give you money.
That's your precious money. I won't take a single cent.
What is a sin? But I feel bad for you.
You're a good kid.
When I handed it all the money you had. He's probably a scammer just trying to take your money. The man responded with a soft sigh.
In that case, I'll grant you one wish.
What, is he a genie now? My eyes are bad, so I can't read books.
I see, I see.
So please, tell me a story.
そうして語ってくれたのは地下室に住む
What?
人の話
A
でした
phantom that lives in the basement? Just like Tamamori's mid-story? Oh my god.
地下室に住む
Their worlds are
愛人の話
colliding. Oh my goodness. This confirms that they were made for each other. Real.
はい。子供に聞かせるにはあまりにも怪奇的なお話でした。
Oh geez. Why would that old man do that?
僕はそれ以来怪奇小説、怪奇映画、怪奇団に陶酔し、今に至る
Fascinated
ので
with
す。
horror? Tamamori should have invited him to that horror movie instead of Minakami. I bet he wouldn't have died then.
目は大丈夫なんですか？
はい。昼間に10ページずつ。ゆっ
He's
くり読んで
so
います。
talented. I'm so proud of him. Crap, I didn't mean to do that.
楽しいですか？
That enjoyable.
そりゃもう
Yay! If he's having fun, I'm having
あの
fun.
時出会ったおじさんはきっと怪奇作家。あの人の作品を探すために僕は古今東
That
西の
man
本屋
was
を巡
actually
り歩いていたので
Tamamori.
す。
Ooh, plot twist.
そこで僕は君に出会った。
Ooh.
What?
Oh my god,
Watashi?
he's getting into it
君も
now.
あの不思議なおじさんにどこかで出会ったのでしょ？それは今日この原稿を読んで確信しました。
え？
This is getting interesting now.
だってこの物語はあの日
The
あの
same
時聞いた物語と
is like the
一緒だ
spirit of the old man possessing him or something? And getting him to write all of this?
そんなバカな。
ああ、神様は本当にいるんだ。
There really is a
僕
god.
にもう一度
So
この
true,
物語に
Professor.
出会わせてくれるなんて。
Amen. Amen. Somehow, this was turning out much different from what I had expected.
帰ってください。私はそんな親父会ったこと
No,
も聞いた
don't
こと
go
ない。
home, Professor. Please stay here just 5 minutes longer. Please, Professor.
でもだとしたら
Yeah, where did he get that story? I bet he just found it on the side of the road and just decided to plagiarize every word.
これは私の物語です。誰の影響も受けてい
Okay,
ないし
wow. He's like
盗作で
talking
も
to
ない
me in particular.
盗作だなんて思ってません。
そう言ってるようなもんでしょうか。そしてあれを見ろ。
Look at what? There's global written on the ceiling. Oh, why is there a door on the floor? Are you serious?
私はあそこにある扉を見てこの
What?
話を思いついたのです。
え、
I bet that old man constructed that door just so Tamamori could get the idea to write the story.
ある日、あそこの戸が揺れているの
Ew,
が見えたんで
rats!
す。多分ネズミか
There's
何かの
probably
仕業でしょ
Kawase
うが。
trapped in there.
それで
It
地下
should
室に
be.
住む怪人を
Kawase get into the dungeon.
そうです。ああ、そして
ああ
よくわかりました。
What? What? No! Stop that! Stop! Stop! Get that away from him! I came out from behind the register. I walked right up and thrust my pen at him. Stop that! No!
貴様
Do
は
not threaten
私の
him.
原稿を盗み見、そしてお目目がどうしたとかいう奇妙な男の話を
That would
で
be
っち上げた。
too elaborate for someone.
でっ
What
ち上げて
will
なん
he
かいませ
even
ん。
gain from saying that story anyway? Stop holding a pen up at him. Look at how scared he is. No.
いや違いない。
そんな
No way. Dude,
私に運
stop
命を
threatening
感じ
him
させ
right
るよう
now
な
or
こ
I'll
とを
have
言う
to
のは
intervene.
何かよからぬことを
I'm
企ん
coming
でい
into
るからだ。
Hashihime as a character and beating up Tamamori for threatening poor little professor. You're up to no good. You're the one holding a pin up to his neck. Acting like you're gonna stab him or something.
違います。だって嘘なんかついたら
Yeah, this is why
嫌
you
われ
should
ちゃ
not
うじゃない
lie.
ですか。
Keep that in mind, everyone.
何を企んでいる？
企んでなんか
He is
Yeah.
planning something. I bet he's planning like an
あります。
elaborate picnic with a bunch of fairies and woodland critters. He said as he pulled up a check from his side. I fixed my gaze on it as Professor flashed his finest smile next to the check.
500円です。
500 yen?
Go-
F- 500? That's probably like a fortune in today's economy.
君の物語を出版社に持ち
A
込みましょう。
publisher, wow. He wants to publish that terrible Phantom story? Are you serious?
え、
本にしてもらうんです。
Yay! Well, not yay for the
誰の金で？
poor readers being subjected to this terrible story, but yay for them.
だからこの
Jeez,
僕のお
Professor's
金で
loaded. You should give me that 500 yen instead. I do much better things with it.
貴様はどうして
Why are
そ
you
こまで？
calling him that for someone willing to shell out that much money for you? For you, of all
言
people.
ってるじゃないですか。君の
Oh
信者だ
my
からですよ。
god. He's your disciple. What did he mean by
犬
that?
です。猿
Your
です。
dog?
と書いて下僕と読みます。
Huh? Huh? Your monkey? What? Huh? Huh? Your dog. Your
君
monkey.
のためなら安いものです。
What? Professor, you're the best character, but I cannot defend you for this. What? Why are you his servant now? Get out of here. As long as it's for
そ
you.
してこれは僕のた
For
めでもある
you?
んです。
What do you gain out of all of it besides being able to read the story of your childhood? For me. What a charitable guy, saying he was doing it for himself and finding joy in making someone else's dream a reality. He really is a charitable guy. That's why he's way better than you, goldfish killer. Up until now, there had never been anyone who would say those kind of words to me. I wonder why. No.
さあ、玉森くん、お手に
Take
取
his
ってくだ
hand.
さい。
Accept his feelings.
僕の気
Accept
持
his
ちを
feelings, please.
どうぞ。
He held up the check with both hands. Take it, please. Make Professor happy, please. 500 yen. If it were bottles of Calpsy, I could buy 625 of them. Wow, how do you know that calculation off the top of your head? If they were watered down, I could drink Calpsy 5,000 times. Wow, this guy is big and greedy. However, the moment it moved from Professor's hands to mine, the check felt awfully light. Because it's a check, you idiot. What do you think it is? It was really nothing more than a scrap of paper, the same as manuscripts, newspapers, and books. If they weren't bound together, they could easily be blown away. That's why you had to hold on to it. That felt a little ridiculous. I ripped the check to shreds and tossed it. Why? He was kind enough to give you that much money and you're just ripping the check up? Dude!
帰れ！
You go home!
玉森くん、
Why would you do
これ
something
以
like
上
that?
私をバカにするな！
Make fun of you? This guy's getting on my last nerve. I'm gonna start biting people. There was no way something so promising was real. I turned Professor around and pushed him as hard as he could. Why? He just has so much kindness and compassion in his heart and you're just shooing him away. Do you just not want your dream to pan out either? Like, do you just want your future to fail? He grabbed onto the frames of the bookshelves to either side. Oh no. He held himself back, looking desperate. Please, please have some kindness in your heart. And take Professor's
バ
words
カになんかしてい
seriously.
ません。
Oh my god, he loves. I knew it!
黙れ想像
He
し
loves him.
100
Oh
円
my
は
god.
救世軍にでも寄付して
Yeah, donate it to
役
the
立てろ
Salvation Army or something. Yeah, that's what I said. He could be doing so much better things with that money, but if he's doing it for the person he loves, then who am I to argue against it? Tamamori should realize that too. I shoved him out into the rain. How dare you! He's really paralleling Kawase here with how he just shoot him out of his house into the rain. After that, I threw his unusual button-release umbrella on his head. What the heck is your problem?
さっさと帰れその頭
Jesus Christ! All he did was be nice and say and complimented your stories, and now you hate him. What is this guy's problem? He's making me so mad. Oh my god, I need to calm down. I need to calm down. I'm unironically so worked up over this. Okay, I'm gonna record for like a few more minutes
そのお気遣い
until like this
あり
scene
がとうございます
ends. Sir, I slammed the door shut, cutting off the last syllable. How dare you! Why would you do that for such a promising young man? Look at what you've done. Look at what you've freaking done. You ruined his hopes and dreams. Way to go, Tamamori. Way to freaking go. Are you happy with yourself now? Are you happy leaving poor Professor out in the rain? Are you happy with yourself not getting your book published? Are you happy? Okay, anyways. I'm fine. The shop was finally closed. I slid down in front of the door and pulled out the silver pocket watch I just remembered I had. The shopkeeper was normally asleep at this hour, so it was my fault the light in his room was on. Yeah, it's your fault! Everything's your fault! Oh my god. Okay, that was not me. I got possessed by something. That was not me, guys. I got hacked. Yeah, please treat them with care. Right, even Professor was a customer. You're just realizing that now. The customer is always right, after all. Professor is always right. I agree with that sentiment. The light in the shopkeeper's room turned off. He hadn't asked me about today's or yesterday's sales again. I felt thankful for that, probably because I was an awful human being. Way to go, he finally realized it. Even winning Professor's critiques was proof I was a sorry excuse of a human being. You're right, you are. You can't even take care of a simple goldfish. I was already looking for someone to replace me. Dude! Huh? He just died and you're thinking about replacing him? That's too much even for me. This guy really is terrible. He's like on Kawase levels of awful. I lit a lamp to replace the lights I turned off on the first floor. The lamplight shouldn't disturb the shopkeeper's sleep, I thought as I slowly touched the books one by one, my footsteps not making a sound. When I blinked, what I saw was Minakami's profile as he read a book. This book, that book too. The notebook where he constantly wrote his impressions was in his hand. Wow, you were just thinking about replacing him and now here he is as a hallucination. Should feel ashamed. You need to feel very ashamed right now. He had never let me see his notebook, but in the same way a caveman drew pictures of the animals they hunted, that was the only thing I had been able to think of that would be in there. So you're comparing him to a caveman now? Wow. Wow, Tamamori. However, the moment I opened that notebook for the first time at the morgue, my mind had gone blank. Those written thoughts were like love letters to each work. I knew it! He was writing love letters! He wrote about which lines he found beautiful, about which scenes he was crazy about. It would have been something more perverted if there— What?! Okay, why are you talking about that? This guy is sick in the head. So messed up. Okay, I'm not saying that, I'm sorry. But Minakami was pure to the end. And what he'd written was composed out of love for each story. Yeah, he is pure. He would never do such a dastardly thing. I bet Kawase would do it. What he wrote about Kayusaku, whom I despised, was long. So long. So long. I could hide my shock at seeing Minakami's lifeless face a lot more easily than I could hide the shock from seeing the truth of that notebook. Why wasn't my name in there? Dude! Does he just want to be gassed up all the time? God, humans. People like that are just despicable. He really is a despicable human being. He had no right to call Kawase terrible when he's just as worse as him. Professor's the only good character in the story. I guess Minakami is good too, but Professor takes the cake here. I despised Kayusaku for a long time. Girl, hell. That's where I live. Professor Inugami. The white-haired boy, Dagra Magra. I had never seen Minakami look as amused as when he was reading those. I guess I could say I hated Kayusaku because of how much Minakami enjoyed him. Wow, just let people have fun. I guess I could say I actually wanted to throw out that copy of Dogma Magra he had given me the day before yesterday. I didn't have to say it. Even now, the same anger I felt welling up from the bottom of my heart when I saw Minakami's notebook hadn't stopped. It was ridiculous. I was jealous of a man named Kayusaku Yumeno, someone I didn't even know really existed or not. Plus, it wasn't as a writer. It was because he had been the only one able to captivate a man like Minakami. Okay, wow, this guy is still pining for him, even long after his death.
玉森君、
Haruhiko-san appeared from the darkness. He's back with Frogman! Yay! He is right. It really ain't good to lie.
嘘
You're
私
lying
は何も
about
嘘
your
な
true feelings for Minakami. Just say you
君も
want to kiss
夢
him
の
already.
旧作を愛していたはずだ。
Oh, I thought he was gonna say you love Minakami.
少女
Girl,
誌
how?
犬神博士、白髪小僧。
Okay, wow.
そしてドグラマグラ
Haruhiko is
も
exposing him left and
君が
right.
なんで
Because
そんな
he's
こと
your hallucination, idiot.
君がオラで、オラが
Oh,
君だ
that
から
line goes hard.
にゃ
Yeah.
だったら仕方ないことですね
The only good thing about Tamamori is his laugh. Brings me life. Since no one was around, including Minakami, there was something I could say now. I loved Kayusaku too. You just spent like the past 5 minutes telling us how much you hated him.
旧作が面白いのは物語の中に物語があることなんですそういうのを入れ子構造って言って別旧作の
I
場合
feel
は
like after this
そ
scene
の入れ
ends,
子構
I'll
造
stop
が
the
読者
video.
の世界にまで及ぶんです
But I have no idea when this scene is gonna end, so bear with me, guys.
だから読んでいるとあたかも自分に語りかけられるような気になってくる読了したはずなのにどこかで物語が続いているような気が
He's
して
finally being honest with himself, but it's
それが
through
旧作の
but it's through a hallucination instead of an actual living human being. He should have been honest with himself towards Professor
よく読み込んで
instead
い
of
る
Haruhiko-san.
最新刊のドグラマグラは旧作の集大成です
That's how all good
物語の
stories
最
should
後が
be.
物語
Like
の
have a
冒頭へと
satisfying
続く
ending
よ
that
うに
ties back into the beginning.
ま
Well,
るで
maybe
ウ
not
ロボ
all
ロスだ
stories should be like that, but that's just what makes a story really satisfying to me, you know?
ウロボロス
Ouroboros? What are these guys waffling about? I instantly returned to my senses. I had been talking to pull myself together, but I'd heard another term I didn't understand.
っていうか春彦さんあなた一体
Yeah,
何
what
なんで
is
すか
he?
しがない君
A
の
humble
幻想で
hallucination of yours. Well, no duh, but what are you
そう
really?
ですよ僕たちは
Hello,
玉森さんの幻想です
Frogman!
帰る男は黙ってろ
Stop being mean to him! Every time someone is mean to Professor or Frogman, an angel loses its wings. I murmured as I walked around Haruhiko-san. When I peered into his large glasses, his face didn't even twitch.
何かね
Probably because he isn't
オ
a
ラに
real
言いたい
human.
ことがあるならはっきり言いなさい
Well, even this was possible, I suppose. Compared to Hyde, the other personality of the main character in Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, Haruhiko-san seemed to be much more intelligent and wise. Well, yeah, lots of people are more intelligent than you. He probably wouldn't be bothered by me walking around him for a while either.
私の幻想ならこうして話している会話は他人に聞かれないということ
I
です
hope
ね
they just hear him talking to himself and just immediately classify him as
君が
insane.
変人
Dang
扱い
it!
されることはない
Dang it! That's all I wanted. Just throw me a bone, Haruhiko-san. The idea of these prosaic thoughts leaking out into the world was scary enough.
ならいいんですもう
You are crazy, though.
変人扱いさ
I'm
れ
not
る
sure
ことは
how
ない
everyone hasn't realized it yet, but you are. You're a lunatic.
春彦さん
Ah! Jump scare! Wait, what the heck is that? His round glasses reflected the sound of the rain. Then they reflected something else. What is that? What the heck is that? When I turned around and followed his gaze, there was a man standing there. That is not a man! That is a freaking demon! He had no umbrella and was wearing a funny mask. The man I had heard about somewhere opened the doors to Umbachido. I froze, dumbfounded. The rumors were true! Ah, it's the giant! Oh my god!
あの
Ah, he's so ugly.
閉店してますが
Oh my god, he's gonna kill you. Watch out. What a creepy mask. I didn't know much about No, so I wasn't sure what emotion the one he was wearing represented. Fully thought it was a creepy no mask.
おい、聞いているのか？
He's gonna kill you, dude! The eyes on the mask were open wide, so I wasn't sure which one of us was more shocked. Had he come in to get out of the rain? If at all possible. I wanted that to be the case. You better hope. He's gonna kill you for being mean to Professor. Please. If you want to rest, you should. But you can't stay here. I'm going upstairs to bed. As soon as I was about to do just that, he slowly stretched out his leg. Oh, that is a pretty CG. This music goes hard. This is really good music. When his pace seemed to suddenly quicken, I moved behind a bookshelf. How am I supposed to stop the video when all of this action is happening? Oh my god. I'm sorry, this video is going to be like a little bit longer than usual, depending on how long the scene is. His footsteps were soundless, as though he were moving across clouds. Ah! He is so ugly! Then, the man came right up to me and looked straight at me through the bookshelf. Not that CG again. Just looks dumbfounded. He doesn't even look... doesn't have an ounce of scaredness on his face. Is that a word? Scaredness. An ounce of terror on his face. Yeah, that's the word. Say something already.
Tamamori-kun, 逃げなさい。
Run, dude!
早く。
Finally, Haruka-san just got out something I understand. Without a word, I quickened my pace towards the exit. The man began to move behind the bookshelf in sync with me. Watch out! He came out from the shelves before me and blocked my escape route with his large body. Dude, what is going on? Oh. Lightning illuminated a black silhouette. My late father... Why are you talking about your late father now? Must have felt like this when he came across that bear! I let out a scream that was something between a laugh and a cry as I ran by the man and out into the rain with nothing but the clothes on my back. Jeez! Oh my god! Watch out! When I looked back to check, the man was hot on my heels. I just barely managed to jump over a puddle. That's when I tripped, dirtying my hands and knees. Get up! Get up! Normally I wouldn't cheer for a goldfish killer to survive this, but get up! Don't let that ugly giant win! Don't let him get the satisfaction of killing you. I jumped into an alley the giant probably wouldn't be able to get through. Wow, just how big is this guy? And fled towards Hakusan Street. The town was as silent as a grave, probably because he killed everyone. I wanted to run away to somewhere bright, even remotely bright. Just go to Kawase's house, I'm sure he wouldn't mind. I ran around wondering if there were any shops open, but everyone was fast asleep. My teeth shattered from the cold. That was the Phantom, without a doubt. Stop talking about that stupid Phantom! The giant Jimbocho, the giant over 6 feet tall. But why? Oh, that CG is really pretty too. I'm loving the art of this game. Because you're a terrible human being, like you said like 10 minutes ago. Not the map again. Where is he going now? I ran like mad until I reached Sweeto Bridge. Who the heck is that? There's a man in a black mantle standing there. I was trying to get to the police station that lay ahead. When I found myself blocked by that figure, my legs gave out. Don't give me that face. It's just a man in a coat. What else? The man swiftly turned around and, despite the rain, removed his hood.
Tamamori.
Not that guy. Hanazawa. A streetcar drove by behind me, and the metal bridge creaked. Blinded by the light, Hanazawa put his hood back on. The sound of people's voices came out of the station. Once they had passed us and their voices were just a whisper, Hanazawa finally began to speak.
どうした?
What a calming voice he had. Wow, you were just chased by a giant, now you're talking about how calm and serene this guy's voice is. I moved my mouth to tell him about what had happened, but nothing came up but foam!
傘はどうした?
Does Tamamori have rabies?
傘は
Yeah.
何かあったのか?
Yeah, something happened. Hanazawa approached me and held out his hand. When I weakly grabbed it, he pulled me up with immense strength.
お回りに行くのだ。私は今。
今?
I gave up continuing my sentence. I couldn't bear Hanazawa's gaze as he listened to me without speaking.
また幻覚を見たのか?
That wasn't a hallucination this time, I swear!
幻覚じゃない。 込んだのは本当に幻覚じゃ
Dude,
ない
how
のだ。
long is this scene gonna go on? I don't want part 4 to trail on for like 2 hours.
そんな目で見ないでくれ。
Believe him just this once. Hanazawa was the only one I didn't want thinking I was a lunatic. Seriously? You should be thinking about that for everyone. You need to have that mindset for everyone. He had probably heard people talking about me behind my back countless times. No wonder. Still, I didn't want to lose the person who had called me his little brother. When I ran my troubled gaze across the river, I felt like I was being swallowed up and was starting to scare me.
場を移すか。
Let's relocate. Okay, is the scene over? After that, we walked about 30 steps and relaxed under the overpass at Sweeto Bridge Station. Okay, this is like technically he's stopped being chased by the giant, so I guess the scene ends here. So I'm gonna stop the video for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it this far, it was fun like always to record, and just thank you for watching, guys. I really appreciate all the views my videos have. Be sure to like and subscribe if you want more Hasta La Vista content. Okay, thank you and good night.